to Storytime with George and Amber. I'm Amber. Today I'm going to be reading Curious George and the Birthday Surprise. This is George. He was a good little monkey and always very curious. Today is a special day, the man with the yellow hat told George at breakfast. I have a surprise planned and lots to do and get ready. You can help me by staying out of trouble. George was happy to help. Later, while George was looking out the window and being very good, he heard some tinkling music. It was coming from the ice cream truck. George watched the whole line of children and the dogs enjoy some ice cream treats. It looked like fun, but then the ice cream truck moved on. George forgot all about staying out of trouble and went to find some of his own. In the living room, George found noisemakers and hats and games. Could this be his friend's surprise? Before George could find out, he spotted some streamers, balloons, and colored tissues. He could not resist. Decorating was easy for a little monkey. Still, George was curious about the surprise. What is that good smell coming from the kitchen? George followed his nose. It was a cake, and it looked as good as it smelled. All it needed was frosting. George had seen his friend make frosting before. First, George put a bit of this in a mixing bowl, then he added a bit of that, then he turned the mixture on. The frosting whirled around and around. It was rolling too fast. But when George tried to stop the mixer, it only went faster and faster and faster. George lifted the beater out of the bowl. Frosting flew everywhere. Poor George, he did not mean to make such a mess. He had only wanted to help. Now he could clean up the sticky kitchen. Just then, George heard the tinkling music again. The ice cream truck was coming back up the street, and George had an idea. Quickly, he opened the door and invited all the dogs in for a treat. And in no time, the kitchen was as clean as a whistle. When the dogs finished their snack, George took them back outside. The ice cream truck was still there, and so was his friend. George, said the man with the yellow hat, I've been looking for you. It's time for the surprise. George had found hats and games and decorations and a cake. He was curious. What was the surprise party? Was the surprise party? Yes, it was a party. George was happy to see all of his friends. They were glad to see George too. What great decoration, Bill said. What a lot of presents, said Betsy. Why don't you play some games with the guests, said George. The man with the yellow hat suggested. I have one more thing to do. When George's friend came back, he was carrying a cake covered in candles. This wasn't just any party. It was a birthday party, but George was still curious. Whose birthday was it? He watched to see who would blow out the candles. The man with the yellow hat put the candles right in front of George. That was a surprise. It was George's birthday. The party was for him. Everyone sang happy birthday. Then George took a deep breath and made a wish. Happy birthday, George. And that is the end of the book. See you next time on Storytime with George and Amber. Bye.